sir. It's ready tonight. It's #1. It's top of the pops. What about that fool you? Yes, sir.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to another episode of the BAFTA-winning Britain at War in Colour. We're very, very happy to be joining you tonight. My name is John. We are 7 weeks into our run. It's an 8-week run for us. And I have to say that the pressure is grinding all of us down. It's certainly grinding me down. And I'm not sure if this was a bad thing. Today, I ran through the weakest link studio shouting bank. I'm not sure that's a really good thing to be doing. But it is, however, the first joke of the evening. All right, then. Now, the big news, of course, in the outside world, in the big world, is that George W. Bush has officially recognised the Real IRA as a proper terrorist threat. And now that seems rather odd, really, because the Real IRA will still not recognise Bush as a proper president. So that's a rather odd turnabout. Their new status, however, puts an end to their right to fundraise in the States, which is a shame, really, because, you know, say what you want about them, they make damn fine marmalade, you know, so it's a real shame. Those, by the way, are all the jokes we have for you in this section of the show. Now, on tonight's programme, we have with us, of course, Sir Jimmy Saville, OBE, KCSG, Knight Commander St. Gregory, and we'll be asking him what that means. We also have with us a very, very fine stand-up comic, Brendon Burns, and we found something also on the show tonight that makes us laugh that we think is sort of quite interesting. It's a thing that we're calling Heartstring headlines, and we'll be showing you that as the show progresses, I guess. Now, it's time now to continue our coverage of Vote 2001, doubtless the most exciting campaign in history. Oh, I'm sorry. Some flecks come off my cushion. There we go. Now, welcome. Now, it's Vote 2001, and the big news today, of course, is that Britney Spears pledges her support for Labour. A Labour Party spokesman today confirmed this morning's Daily Star headline, which I think we can see there, which is that the pop queen has wished Labour leader Tony Blair good luck in the 7th of June election. The signed goodwill message from Spears, 19, was received by Tony Blair's press secretary, Alistair Campbell, 43. It's been hung on the wall at Labour's headquarters in Millbank, just next to the Margaret Beckett top shelf calendar. Campbell took his daughter, 6, to see Spears perform at Wembley last year, and later he attended a post-concert party for the singer at London's glamorous Planet Hollywood. Alistair managed to penetrate the VIP area where he swapped notes on the pending world recession with S Club 7's Tina. Britney had apparently toyed with the idea of supporting the Conservatives, but decided that it would be bad for her image to be associated with a party that's getting repeatedly screwed. Britney, of course, is not the only famous figure to have publicly lent her support to the Labour leader. Here's, I think, Geri Halliwell.
Tony asked me, and I just thought, well, you know what, I believe him as a leader, so I was delighted to give my support. I think he's done wonders for this country.
I think she thought she was talking about Tony Hadley, we're not sure, but nevertheless, she is. And also, here's one of the Gallagher brothers, Noel, I believe. Yeah. And, of course, who could forget our friends?
We're male nuns.
No, we're nuns.
We are male nuns.
Labour, they're reaching the crucial Worcester male nun demographic. Now, it's now time for Election Manifesto Roundup. Now, this happened today. The Liberal Democrats released, or launched, I should say, their election manifesto, promising an extra penny on income tax to fund increased spending on health and education in the form of a glossy magazine, the headline, Freedom, Justice and honesty, there it is. And the other parties have followed suit, interestingly enough, with their own inventively formatted manifesto, the Labour Party's manifesto, which is pledging to deliver economic stability and public service reform, has come out in the form of a Mills and Boon bodice ripper. And it's called, I think we can see it here, Public-Private Partnership and the Lover at Midnight. So I'll just read a little bit out from it. Here we go. Now, this is page 176 now. Julio's voice cut through the haze in my mind like a knife through chutney. He was tall, he was strong, he was handsome, and he had an excellent car with good boot capacity. What he said astonished me. We will create an integrated child credit scheme to ensure that we invest in every child from the very beginning. Bold, fresh ideas indeed from the dreamy Catalan prince. Now... Really? OK. The Conservative Party's manifesto has come out in the form of a logic puzzles book, the big book of Tory teasers. Here's one of the puzzles. OK, this is an interesting one. Mr. Khan is a waiter, but he has no moustache. Mr. Pulowski knows two of the others, neither of whom owns a hat. Mr. Chang is sitting next to the door. He is not a milkman. So, which of these men are left-handed, and how long will it take to lock them in a crate and ship them all out of the country? Can you do that one up? Thanks. Now... I didn't even wrap it up. All right, OK. That's it. There's a whole category of headlines in newspapers and magazines. I'll just show you some of these here, which are sort of designed to sort of grab you and hook you emotionally. And we've called them heartstring headlines. This now is from Take a Break, and it's... and you see, who will be our new mummy? Now, that would be a typical moving headline. I'll take the kids to Disneyland as soon as the doctors let me. It's that kind of thing we've got. See if we can find another one from here. I'm not sure that was the one. Welcome to the Naked Village. Well, I'm not sure it's a heartstring headline, but it's just... Very nice. I'm trying to find an insipid enough... Oh, here's one. So that's the kind of thing that we're talking about. So what we've done is we've compiled some of our favourites for you. They sort of make us chuckle, and we will be running them later on. Now, it's time now, here on the programme, taking an irreverent sidelong glance at the week's events, is resident RDA satirist Brendon Burns. Here's Brendon.
Satirist. I'm a satirist now. Oh!
Satire. Now, are we going to have some wry observations from you, Brendon?
I'm intrigued by a couple of stories we've looked at so far. Yeah. Obviously, the Geri Halliwell thing. I always get concerned whenever she gets involved in politics or social issues, because quite frankly, when I want her opinion, I'll stare at her tits. Shut up, Geri, you ginger bint. Geri Halliwell. Love to hear her come, hate to hear her complain. That's all I'm saying. Oh, what, your fans of her get stuffed? You hate her too. And I'm also intrigued with Michael Stipe coming out yesterday. Turns out Michael Stipe is gay, and Tony Blair, bit posh. And big surprise there, William Hague, bit bald. He didn't really need to come out, did he? It was like George Michael didn't need to come out, although he was forced to come out. If you couldn't work out that George Michael was gay before he got busted in those dunnies, you are gay. And in such heavy denial that you couldn't have acknowledged the bloke with the buffy hair thinking Faith is as straight as an arrow, come out now. You're fooling no one. I don't care what celebrities do in their private time. I think it's, you know, rather tedious that people insist that they know. It's like, well, if my daughter is going to listen to this man's music, I need to know whether he sucks cock or not. That is an important thing. None of you need to know what I get up to at home. And quite frankly, some of the things I get my girlfriend to do to me could be considered quite homosexual. I don't know. Does the finger count? What do you reckon? If it's just the pinky... It's going out 11. Calm down, Yanks. By the way, you've got a lot of Americans in today. For those of you at home that don't know, a lot of the studio audience is American and, of course, might be confused as to who Jimmy Savile is. I'd like to point out, Jimmy Savile is a bit like Dick Clark without the surgery or the wigs. And neither English or American people got that. Little convict boy managed to ostracise everyone there. Over to you, John.
Are you done?
I don't know. I'm not really sure. I think I am.
Is anything else? What's happening in your private life? Can we ask you about that?
What's happening in my private life?
I don't know.
I'm buggering myself with small dogs. And you know what? Now that I'm out, I feel so free.
There you go, it's audio commentator Brendon.
Satire!
Very nice.
Satire!